discuss that classification of colloid. So classification of colloid depending on physical state of dispersion phase and dispersion medium has been already done. So if you have not seen that video, you go to my channel and watch there. So the second classification we are doing here, depending upon the nature of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Okay, so here we will discuss. Here, so dispersion phase and dispersion medium. On the basis of dispersion phase, on the basis of interaction between the dispersion phase and dispersion medium, colloids are divided into two categories. First is lyophilic and second is lyophobic. And depending upon the nature of interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium, colloids are classified into two categories. First, lyophilic, solvent-loving colloid, and second is lyophobic, solvent-repelling colloid. So we will discuss here that lyophobic and lyophilic. And if dispersion medium is water, then we say it hydrophobic means if dispersion medium is water. If the dispersion medium is water, lyophobic colloid is called hydrophilic and lyophobic colloid is called hydrophobic. Okay. So you remember it, and we can discuss now here lyophilic colloid. Lyophilic colloids. So how these colloids are formed? These colloids are formed by mixing substance like gum, gelatin, starch, rubber, etc. with a suitable liquid, that we say dispersion medium, are called lyophilic colloids. So we can write here lyophilic colloid Lyophilic colloid. What I told? Colloid formed by the mixing of gelatin, starch, etc. with liquid, which that is dispersion medium, is called lyophilic colloid. Lyophilic, and one more name is there for this, water loving colloid. Water loving colloid. Also, it is also called water loving colloid. So, how these colloids are formed? Colloids. How these colloids are formed? So, we can write definition of this. What I told? A salt, colloidal salt formed. And salt formed by mixing the substances with suitable liquid, that is dispersion medium. That is dispersion medium are called lyophilic colloid. These colloids also called reversible colloids. Reversible colloidal salt, because when dispersion medium is separated out from a salt, on adding dispersion medium, on adding dispersion medium, salt can be prepared. Means this type of salt are found by mixing a substance with the suitable liquid, that is a dispersion medium, and called lyophilic colloid. These colloids are called a reversible colloid, colloidal salt, because when dispersion medium is separate out, is separate out from a salt. On adding dispersion medium, salt can be prepared. So So it can, if we remove the dispersion medium, and again we are adding dispersion medium to disperse phase, so salt can be good. That's why it is called dispersed. That's why it is called a reversible roll. And these salts are quite stable. These salts are quite. These salts are quite stable. Quite stable and cannot easily and cannot easily coagulated. Cannot easily coagulated. And this all cannot be easily coagulated. And if we see one more point here, one next point about this is, it is called protective colloid. It is called so what you have seen here, you have seen that what is depending on the dispersion, depending on the interaction between dispersion phase and dispersion medium, colloids are classified into categories. That is lyophilic and lyophobic. Depending upon the nature of the dispersion interaction between dispersion phase and dispersion medium, colloids are classified into two categories, that is lyophilic and lyophobic. Lyophilic means solvent loving and lyophobic means solvent repelling. If dispersion medium is water, that is called hydrophilic and hydrophobic. Here, so lyophilic colloid, water loving colloid. A colloid salt formed by the addition of a substance to a liquid in a suitable medium is called lyophilic colloid. These colloids are called reversible colloid because when the dispersion medium is removed and on adding dispersion medium, the dispersion phase again change into colloid. So colloidal salt, so it is called a reversible salt. And here dispersion medium of these salts are quite stable. These means lyophilic colloids are quite stable and can be easily coagulated. Cannot be easily coagulated. Means they are. That's why they are called protective colloid. And next is lyophobic colloid. Next is lyophobic colloid or water repelling colloid. Water hating colloid. Water hating colloid. Here. So here we'll discuss this. So how these colloids are formed? How these colloids are formed? So like lyophobic colloids cannot be formed. Lyophobic colloids, just I will explain it. Lyophobic colloids cannot be formed by the adding a substance to the dispersion medium, but some special method is used for preparation of lyophobic colloids. Means lyophobic colloids can't be prepared like lyophilic. In simple sentence, we say lyophobic colloids can't be prepared like lyophilic. Some special methods are used for preparation of lyophobic colloids. These salts are, and these salts get easily, these salts get easily coagulated. So some amount of lyophilic colloid is mixed to make it stable, and it is not quite stable. The lyophilic colloids or water-getting colloids are not stable, and lyophilic colloids are not a reversible colloid. When we remove the dispersion medium from the disperse phase, so by adding simple medium or to the dispersion phase, the disperse phase can't be converted into colloidal salt. So it is called irreversible colloid. It is irreversible colloid, that is unstable colloid. And for protection of this type of colloids, we add a little amount of lyophilic colloid, so it is unstable colloids. So what we have discussed here, lyophobic colloids and lyophilic colloids. Lyophobic colloids, what are lyophobic colloids? A colloid which is formed by the special method, not a simple method, by adding a substance to a dispersion medium is called lyophobic colloids. Lyophobic colloids. Here, this colloid is unstable. This colloid is unstable. For making it stable, we add a little amount of lyophilic colloid in it. It is irreversible. It is irreversible colloid because on removing the dispersion medium from the colloid, again adding the dispersion medium to the disperse phase, the disperse phase doesn't change into colloidal salt. So it is irreversible colloid. It is unstable. It is unstable colloid, and it is unstable colloid. So these properties we have discussed here. Depending upon the type of particles are dispersed phase. Next classification is on the size of particles of dispersed phase. So on this basis, colloids are classified into multimolecular, macromoleculars, and associated colloids. Colloid salt are classified into multimolecular, macromolecular, and associated colloidal salt. So one by one we will discuss multimolecular colloids. Multimolecular colloids. Yeah, multimolecular colloids. So, on dissolution of substances, when atoms or molecules or ions, or we can say particles, associate and form the particles of colloidal size is called multimolecular colloids. Multimolecular colloids. What? On dissolution, a large number of atoms, ions, or molecules. On dissolution, a large number of atoms, ions, and molecules of a substance aggregate together to form a species having size in the colloidal range are called. Means, if we say in simple word, when we dissolve something in a solvent, that we can say, and dissolution means dissolving. If particles of a substance means maybe atoms, molecules, ions associate together to form a particles that size is equal to colloidal particle size is called multimolecular colloids. Next is macromolecular colloids. So next is what is our next is macromolecular colloids. Macromolecular colloid. Here, what are macromolecular colloids? A solution formed by the dissolving of macromolecules in a solvent. A solution formed by macromolecules on dissolving in a solvent. In a solvent is called colloid. Macromolecular colloids. A solution formed by the dissolving of macromolecules on a solvent is called macromolecular colloid. When they are dissolved in solvent, the particle size is equal to the colloidal particle size. Many macromolecules, protein, starch, cellulose are natural colloids, natural macromolecules, and the man-made macromolecules are polyethylene, nylon. The man-made macromolecules are polyethylene, nylon, etc. So here we have discussed two multimolecular colloids and macromolecular colloids. What are multimolecular colloid? On dissolution, when particles may be ion, atoms or molecules, particles associate and form a particles of molecules are colloid. So multimolecular colloids means when a substance is dissolved, or we can say on dissolution a substance when atoms, ions or molecule associate and form particles that is equal to the size of colloidal particle is called multimolecular colloids. And macromolecular colloid, when macromolecules are dissolved in a solvent. When macromolecules are dissolved in a solvent, the colloid is called macromolecular colloid. Like natural macromolecular, protein, starch, cellulose, and man-made macromolecules are polyethylene, nylon, etc.